Hello, it's me. I'm back. My name is Sarah, and I'm coming to you from Northeast Ohio. I'm just a bit east of Cleveland, if you happen to know where that is. And here I am. Last week got like super heavy at the end. I'm sorry if that made anybody uncomfortable or steer clear of my videos, but this week is much more just upbeat, short and to the point. I don't have any finished objects. I do have a good bit of progress on the few I've been working on, and just a quick little life catch up at the end. So let's get to it. I normally, today's Tuesday, May something, 21st. I normally do these in the mornings after I get all the kids off to school and I've had my morning coffee, but today was a little backwards. So now I'm kind of seeing if I can like beat the kids home. Because I won't. They're due home in like 20 minutes. So it's a long shot, but I figured I would try. It's also why we are back down in my office area, because as soon as they get home from school, they always grab a little snack, and my little knitting nook where I have been recording is right by our pantry. So whatever. To save from having to cut the voices of kids out and pause and all of that stuff, I figured I'd just come down here. The mess of our storage room is still behind me. Luckily, it's a bit lower than my chair, so you can't really see it. But my storage room is still not complete, which is why I haven't been recording from down here, because there is literally a mess behind me. I will embarrassingly show you if I can get to it. So there's still all this stuff that needs gone through, unpacked, organized, just not fun stuff. And I would rather be knitting or talking to you about knitting than going through it. That's probably why it's all still there. So anyway, we will start with my almost finished object. Plus I will not have these next week if I'm able to record, because they are being gifted on Monday, which is our Memorial Day in the United States. So I think I did show these last time. These are a pair of socks that I'm making for my cousin. I have a full legged length pair already, and I had enough left over. And she has very teeny tiny feet. Look at how cute these little guys are. She has a US women's size 5.5, 6. So she's got itty bitty little feet, and she likes shorty socks anyway. So I knew I would have enough left over. I thought it'd be cute for us to have some matching pairs, because she is knit worthy. She appreciates the knit socks I've made her in the past. I was here last time, my little coffee cup guy. So this sock is finished, and then I thought that I would have these done before I recorded. I have 2 more rounds, I believe, on the toe to finish. So they are basically done. I did, as a reminder, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll have to see how it looks on her little feet. But I did at the beginning and end of the front of my foot, or of this foot and leg. So these are 64 cast on stitches. So the front 32 stitches. At the beginning and the end, I just did 4 purl stitches just to give it, I don't know why I did it, because I wanted to knit vanilla socks, but I didn't want to knit vanilla socks, and I didn't want to memorize a texture. Plus I don't love striped socks with texture. I know that like Kay the Crazy Sock Lady has those heel toe do-si-dos, which do look really cute with stripes, but I wasn't in the mood to memorize a pattern. So I just gave it a little oomph. I will see what it looks like on her feet. I don't know if it's going to make any difference or not, or look cute or not. I don't know. But anyway, so these are just some shorties. I don't even know if I kept count of how many rows I did, because I more just was matching up the stripes, and they matched super awesome. And they even, the way I did the cast on, or the way the cast on worked up, they even have this little pop of color at the top. Which I'm not necessarily like a pop of color kind of gal, but I thought that did look cute on these guys. So 64 stitches. I always do a German short row cast on. I've just really fallen in love with that cast on. I feel it's the best for my socks at least. Heel flap and gusset. This is the contrast color of the skein that I bought. It was Freckled Whimsy's Christmas collection. I think it was Vintagey Christmas, I believe this colorway was called. Super happy with them. I love them a lot. So these will be done today. And then like I said, I'm gifting them to her on Monday, Memorial Day. We're getting together. So that is that. And I'm really excited too. I don't know if I've ever been able to use up this much of like a main skein here. Oh my gosh. I'm a little tangled, but like this is basically all I have left of it, which it's just like maybe four stripes. So I was super impressed with that. I'm really excited. I've never done so well using up yarn before. So who knows, maybe she'll get leftover shorties from all of my yarn, or yarn shorties from all of my leftover yarn. We shall see. So these guys are almost done. I'm basically counting them as a finished object. Basically. What is next? Oh, let's talk next about my ginger wrap by Alexandra from Two of Wands. This I have made quite a bit of progress in as well. Which is the front, which is the front, and which is the back? This should be obvious. Okay. So last time we were together, I was right there, my little cat. So that's that, and then I have gotten all of this done. So I'm through, it's an increase section, and then a series of no increases or decreases, and I'm now on the decrease section. I always forget how many rows like a wrap or a shawl or whatever are. It's like feels a little never ending, but it's exciting to be on the decrease section. I'm hoping that this will bloom a bit when I block it so you can see the texture a little bit better, but it's just a really, really nice, I don't know, I really like it a lot, and I thought it would be great for summer. I am using the recommended yarn. It's Alexandra's Two of Wands color theory that she has with Lion brand, and it is in the color Caper. And I feel, is this all acrylic, right? Yeah, it's 100% acrylic yarn. So that's that. It's showing up a little more olivey than it really is, but such is the light. So that's that. I'm going great. I actually just got into my second ball. It recommended 3 skeins, but I just got into my second, and I'm already into the decrease section, so I think it might only use 2. They're 100 grams. There's 246 yards in each. So excited about that guy. Maybe that'll even be done next week. Who knows? All right, and then the last one that I have been focusing on, oh, very quickly, an update on my lightweight Raglan pullover, which was my knit night sweater that I talked about, my big, huge oops last week, and I didn't have the heart to frog yet. I did. I wound it all back up last week, so it is now completely off the needles and ready to be restarted. I'm just still a little scarred from my mishap with it, so that has been put slightly on the back burner. Plus, my girlfriend and I cannot get together this Thursday or next Thursday for knit night, so I think that I'm just gonna leave it for 3 Thursdays from now, and I'll just restart it at her house when we are together again for knit night. Hopefully by then I will be excited about it. So the only other thing I've been working on is my Emmanuel tee. If you remember from last week, or if you weren't here last week, that's obviously okay. I had already connected the V, and I probably had like an inch plus done on the body. And it was like, I felt like it was flying by. It was awesome. Well, so we know how I have flubs. And yes, so basically once I started knitting in the body, again, to remind you, I am a much looser purl knitter than I am knit stitches. So I had downsized I think it was by 2 sizes. Let me double check. So the pattern calls for a 4.5 millimeter, which is a US 7. And that's what I am using for my knit side and what I use for my body. But I did downsize to a, I thought I did down to a US 5 3.75. I'm almost certain that's what I went down to. It is. So I went, 4.5 on my knit side and then 3.75 on my purling side, and that is 2 US size difference, US 7 and a US 5. So that's what I was using. So when I finally got to my body and I had laid it out because I wanted to take like a picture of it for progress, I realized that my top half, which is knit back and forth, was still really loose. And while I was working it up, I thought that it was a little like open gagey, airy-ish, but I was, you know, just trusting the pattern. I knew that I had downsized my purl needle. It was all okay, whatever. But then, yes, the body just showed its true colors and I was still so off. So I had to rip it all out and start again. And then this time I went down to a US 4 3.5 millimeters, so 3 sizes down from my knit stitch side is what I went down to on my purl side, and it is much better, much better. So total bummer, had to restart. I am almost to the connecting for the V, almost. There's never an easy way to show this. So this is almost to the V. But then obviously the glory of this is this back lace panel, which is just so pretty. So that's where I am with that. It is what it is. Oh, anyway. So that's going strong. I really love the pattern. Again, I'm using from my stash yarn, Bernat Softy Baby Cotton. I'm just using this because it's a DK weight and I actually did really want a neutral, so it kind of all worked out. This color is called Feather Gray. It is very grayish. I say leaning more on the side of beige, to be honest, but I'm not a yarn color namer. And it's 60% a cotton what is that combo? 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. So I'm hoping that'll be nice for the summer. I know it has some acrylic in it, but whatever. I had stash yarn. I'm trying to use stash yarn. That is that. So those are my only projects, you guys. I've been proud of myself that I've only been sticking with those 3. I do have like a few plans coming up. I'm so excited for summer sock camp. That's starting on Friday. So I will definitely have that pair of socks done for my cousin. I'm not sure what I'm going to cast on in the meanwhile because I most definitely don't want to not have socks on the needles. So I will probably cast on this next. This is a ball that I had bought a very long time ago from, well, not that long ago, I think in December, from Dion. I hope that's how you say it. Unless that's like a fancy way to say, unless she's doing like Dion with the DY instead. She's from Etsy. She's a hand dyer from Texas, and I bought this. I could not resist this. This is her colorway Rose Garden. I just thought it was so pretty and summery, so I thought this might be nice to cast on next. As far as summer sock camp goes, I did already talk about my general plans last week, but I also want to add in there too that I would really like to not repeat a pattern during summer sock camp. The only exclusion of that will be vanilla socks. I always like to have vanilla socks on the go, even if I have a textured or patterned sock as well. I just like to have a vanilla sock. It's just a comfort thing for me. So I will repeat vanilla socks, but pattern wise, I would really like to explore all the patterns. I have almost all of the patterns that I bought for summer sock camp from Kay last year that I didn't get a chance to do. Plus, as I have discussed a slew of times, I have Summer Lee's Sock Project book, which has 25 different patterns in it. So I would love to explore all of those. I've only done one pattern out of there so far, the Luna socks, that I completed a month or ish ago that I did for my grandma. Alas, I did not win. My husband actually got home from work early. I was not expecting that one. So anyway, so I just don't want to repeat any patterns. I do have, actually, I can show you, I already knew that I wanted to knit myself a pair of lace shorty socks. I'm kind of in love with shorties after making a few recently. I think my cousins are the third one that because I made a shorty for my grandma, a shorty for my aunt, and then a shorty for her. So I'm like kind of into them. Plus they like get done so fast. So I found a lace pattern in Summer Lee's book that I want to do for my pair for the summer. Plus the base of the ones I want to do are white. So I just thought that would be really cute, especially when I wear like clogs or things like that to work, to wear those as well. Where the heck did it go? I swear it's right here. Un momento, please. It wasn't those ones. It wasn't those ones. Was it those ones? No, it's these. These are called the Camellia sock. I think that's how you say it. Camellia. They're really cute. I actually love her color. Oops. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, they're really cute. It's just lace up the front. So I think I'm going to do those and then we'll go from there. I had already said, but like last year I had yarned, patterned, and bagged a bunch of different sock patterns, or a bunch of different sock intentions, and I don't even know how many I got to, but barely any of them. So I'm not doing that this year. One, because I would like to keep my stuff a little better organized and not have a bunch of like project bags laying around all over the place. So I'm just gonna go with the flow and see what I feel like doing next. So that's all that stuff. And then speaking of yarn, my no buy try number is I failed. So previous to this number, I was at 45 days, which I was really proud of that. I was really excited. I went a month and a half without buying any yarn. And then I lost it over the weekend, and I partially blame some of you because some of you blamed me for buying new project bags. And in turn, some of you have been talking about yarn shops. And I failed. I did not buy from any of the yarn shops that were mentioned, but it did have me perusing them for sure, and I definitely have my eye on some Primrose yarn sock sets. They are really pretty. They are really pretty. But I was scrolling through Instagram, and 3 by the Sea is doing a Barbie mystery set that's going to be shipped, I think, like at the beginning of July. And I mean, whatever, judge me if you want, but I love Barbie. I am obsessed with the Barbie movie. I thought it was fantastic. Huge into Barbies when I was a kid. You know, whatever. I'm on the Barbie train. I can't deny it. So when she had, it's like Malibu Dream, I think, is like the theme of it. I went all in, actually. I bought the sock set and the stitch marker and the needle stoppers. Like, I am all in. So then from there, of course, I had looked at everything else that she had available in her shop. But then I was searching on Etsy for Barbie yarns, and I did find a couple that were super cute. But then I went and started searching for 80s yarns, because Kay's summer thought camp this year is kind of like 80s, 90s themed. So I started searching for some 80s themed, and it got me. This shop got me. Shop called, I wrote it down so I would not forget it, called Cashmere and Coconuts. They were, I think, the first like skein of hank of yarn that popped up when I had typed in 80s theme yarn or 80s yarn on Etsy, and it is glorious and electric blue and neon and so beautiful. So then I was perusing through her shop. And I happened to find a lot more Skeins, Hanks, colorways, whatever, that I was like, well, I'm already ordering. And I'm already breaking my rule. I might as well really, really break my rule. Yeah, so I went real bananas. And then it didn't stop there. Then I stumbled over to Bumblebee Acres Farms and Yarn because I'm always watching them. And they have a Swiftie yarn subscription. And what's really nice about it is it's not like a renewal. You have to go in every month and purchase it. And I am also a big Swiftie. Myself and two of my sons are big Swifties. And I have not bought any Taylor Swift inspired yarns at all. But I don't know. I just really, when I go in, I go in. So I figured, well, it's all on the same day. So I bought that too. That I think is coming at the end of June. And then it still didn't stop there, because why would it? Still the same day, still broke the rule. I had been saving or favoriting a lot of patterns on Ravelry from everybody's like spring, summer inspired pattern roundups and all of that. I love watching those because there's always hidden gems that I just don't see myself. There is a sweater called the Melody Cardigan. It is a free pattern by Anna Krzyżak. Of course, I'll put it up right here. It's a free pattern, and it is just like very open, gagey, airy, all these things. And I actually had already been inspired to knit something like this because I have a store-bought sweater that is very similar that I bought several years ago that I grab for very frequently in the spring and summertime when it's a bit warmer. So I knew that I had wanted more of them. And then obviously, since I became a knitter and really, I'm not, I'm getting into garment knitting, I was like, well, I feel like I could make this. And then I happened to see this pattern come up on somebody's roundup, and it's free, which is like a triple win. So I went on Knitpicks and picked up some mohair and a lace weight alpaca, maybe. I can't quite remember. It's 2 strands held together, and I didn't want to do double mohair, mostly because I was just trying to be a little more budget friendly, which it ended up not even really making that big of a difference. But so I bought this really beautiful, these greens that I hope will make a really nice olive color kind of green. I'll of course show all the yarns when they come in. The other really, really nice thing about Knitpicks is they have a main distribution center in Columbus, Ohio, which is like 2 hours from where I live. So I bought everything Sunday, and then it's like already shipped. So thank you, Knitpicks. I also, from Knitpicks, they were having a sale on their needles. I did purchase another set of their, what are they called? Interchangeable needles? Is that what they're called? Needle set. They're who I first bought my needle set from, and I really, really like them. For Christmas, I had purchased this, it's not a full set right now, there's pieces and parts missing, but this set from Knitpicks, I think it was called their like romantic affair or love affair or something. It had come in a bigger pouch with some sock yarn. I bought this for myself for Christmas, and I really don't like the interchangeable needles that are on these. They do not screw on to the cable. Here, I actually am using them for this. So, not this one. So Knitpicks had them on sale, and I don't know. I like having two sets, and I can't get these Knitpicks one drive me crazy. So like, this is, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but like this is as much as I can screw it on. Can you see it? I don't know if you can even see it, but it's not seated all the way in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's not seated all the way in there, and now it's actually stuck. So I need to get some pliers and try to like undo it and redo it at some point, but I've had this happen with a few of the different sizes. So it's a bummer. But I also got a full set of DPNs in the set, so I mean, it is what it is. It's done with now. But anyways, so the Melody cardigan will hopefully be cast on soon-ish. Plus, I think it'll work up really fast because you use like ginormous needles with it. So that'll be a really nice change too, because I feel like everything I've been knitting lately is really small, tight, and just like a little harder on my hands. You know, then it'll just be nice to have like that little bit of a change. And then yeah, so that's my next, I guess, upcoming idea project besides casting on for summer sock camp. But after I do finish my ginger wrap and my Emmanuel tee, and doing the Melody cardigan, I do really want to work through my whips. Back here, this shelf, no, wait, it's hard to do this backwards. This shelf that I'm pointing, no, why can't I do it? This shelf and this shelf, these two. All of these bags have whips in them. That's a shame. I don't like that anymore. So I think I'm gonna go back through and pick up an either frog or work on those to get some of those off of the needles and things too. So those are my plans. Anyway, that's all the knitting stuff I have for you. Very quick TV reading, all that jazz. Reading, I'm still reading A Court of Mist and Fear. Nope. A Court of, which one am I on? Wings in Ruin. I'm on the third one. I think it's the third one. Sarah J. Maas series. So I am over halfway through that, listening to that. And then I was going to start Turtles All the Way Down, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I thought I would have some time last weekend while I was home on a like little staycation to bounce between the two audiobooks, but I ended up not. So I haven't started that one yet. So I'm just focusing on Court of Wings and Ruins and getting through that because I think that's due back to my library in like a week. So I have to bust through that guy. And then watching, oh my God, I found a new series. It's not new, but they have a new season out on HBO Max called We're Here, like WE''RE here. And it just has my whole heart and I love it so much. It is, if you haven't seen the previews for it, it is 3 drag queens that go around to like different parts of the US and put on a drag show involving 3 members of the community as well. And of course they all have different stories, they all have different reasons for wanting to be part of a drag show, and I cry every time, and it's just so like good for my soul and it warms my heart and I just love it so much. I've been like totally binging that and staying up way too late knitting and watching it, but it's so good. So if you like reality TV, drag queens, like that kind of thing, oh my, it's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. I love it. There's 4 seasons right now, I believe, and I'm still on season 1. I think I might be on season 2. I don't know. They're fantastic. Oh my, I just love that show so much. So I think that's it, you guys. I hope I kept it short. I'm not really sure because my timer's all off since I had to stop it, but that's all I have. Me personally, we don't need to talk about it. I'm still here working through, doing my therapy, doing all the things. So I'm all good. We did, though, very quickly, if anyone's keeping tally, we did unfortunately have another death in our family. Tom's uncle passed away last week. So this past Saturday was the, calling hours and funeral and burial and time with family and all of that. So I'm really ready for death to be like out of our life for a little while. That's a total of 4 family members since July. It is a lot. We are going through all the things. So if you'd like to pray for me, I take all prayers and appreciate all of them, or warm thoughts, or virtual hugs, or whatever. It is all appreciated. But that is it. Hopefully I will be back next Tuesday, and hopefully I'll just have like everything magically like knit up and done, because that would be awesome. But until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy day, happy evening, happy night, whatever time you are watching this. That's it. Thank you guys.